Hello everyone, my name is Tesfagaber Maharsky. Today I'm going to be sharing some tips or advice on how you can start a career in artificial intelligence or AI. This is basically based on my personal experience, but hopefully that would be helpful on your journey too. Before that, let me introduce a little bit about myself. I'm a data scientist at Amazon Web Services. I basically help customers accelerate using machine learning to solve their business problems. I have worked in several AI projects in different sectors, such as healthcare, manufacturing, sports analytics, and so on and so forth. I completed my PhD coursework at Florida International University. I also have Masters in Computing and Information Science from Master Institute of Science and Technology in Abu Dhabi. This is in collaboration with MIT in the US. Nowadays, there is a lot of hype in artificial intelligence or AI. It is changing our world to the better. It is solving a lot of complex problems that existed for a long time. But at the same time, it's also eliminating a lot of jobs. While eliminating jobs, it's also creating a lot of new opportunities. But at the same time, when people start to transition to the field of AI, including myself, the first thing that we ask is, how do I start my career in the field? That could be very overwhelming, as the scope of artificial intelligence is very big. So today I'm going to be sharing some tips that I think would be helpful for people that are in their beginning stage of their transition. So how to build a career in artificial intelligence or AI? So when you're building the career in the field, you usually divide this into stages. So the first stage is what are the basic foundational skills that are needed to build the career? So there are 4 foundational skills that you need to have. The first one is programming. So you need to have at least a good understanding of any programming language. But the widely used programming language in the field is Python. So you need to have a good understanding or a basic understanding of a programming language. The other one you need to have is linear algebra. There are a lot of matrix operations that are used in, or concepts that are used in machine learning projects. So you need to have a basic understanding of linear algebra. The other skill that you need to have is calculus. You don't need an advanced concept in calculus, but at least the basic understanding of what calculus is, for example, differential equations or so. The last but not least is probability and statistics. You need to have also a good understanding of probability and statistics, because any machine learning project or AI project depends on probability. For example, let's say that your project is to identify a cancerous X-ray image from the normal image. So you need to identify that. So you cannot say that you're 100% sure that this is cancerous, or this is 100% sure that this is normal image. So what you usually do is you give probability. I'm 80% or 90% sure that this image is normal or this image is cancerous. So you need to have a good understanding of the probability concepts. So once you have this basic understanding of these 4 skills, the next step will be to start taking the machine learning courses. Don't start taking, from my opinion, don't start taking any machine learning courses before having some concepts on stage 1. So once you have that, you don't need to master everything, but at least fresh up your knowledge or brush up your knowledge by these skills. As a next step, while taking the courses, you need also to set up a GitHub account. This is very important because you may need to save or push your projects or your code repo to your account so that the prospective recruiters or employers will see your profile and they will see what projects you have worked on. The other very important piece is to set up your LinkedIn account. This is very important also because this is where your profile is. What you have done, what courses you took, what experience you have, what projects you worked on. You just list down here in this account document. So the first stage, or in this stage, you need to have a LinkedIn account. The other important one is also, if possible, you need to have some study groups. They will help you to just share your knowledge, and also you can learn from them. This is also very helpful on just like keeping track of your knowledge. You know, it's just like instead of being alone, study alone, taking the courses alone, then that would be very helpful. You need also to, if you can, you need also to join some meetups. This is where you can share your knowledge and learn from like-minded people. So this is also very important. So this is in stage 2. So if you want to just brush up to the other stage, it's not strictly just like one after the other, but you can also go back and take some additional courses or foundational skills from stage 1 if you're not comfortable with. Once you're done with this, you go to the next stage, which is stage 3. So you take some advanced courses or more machine learning or data science courses or specializations in different online platform, for example, in Udemy, Coursera, edX, or other platforms that are, there are a lot of platforms that are available that you can take courses with. The other important piece in this stage is also, it's good to participate in different hackathons. These are competitions, actually. You just, so there is a lot of problems, machine learning or AI problems, and then you participate on these problems, and then based on your performance, your score or your rank will be posted in the website. The most popular one is Kaggle. So it's better to just like, even though it's not just for your competition, but it gives you the application, or it gives you a good understanding on how you can apply the concepts that you have not learned from your courses. The other one, very important, is also side projects. So you have to work on side projects. I mean, it's not helpful to take only courses. You can take 10, 20 courses in machine learning, but if you don't work on side projects, or if you don't apply that in projects, then it's not going to be helpful. So recruiters will usually see what projects you worked on. So it's good to just like work on projects and then upload your projects, document that well, and then you can upload that into GitHub. The other piece that you can also use is also you can start blogging. This is also a very good tool, because this gives you clarify your understanding on some concepts. So if you have taken some concepts, a new concept, then you can write about it, and then while writing it, you will also freshen up your knowledge onto that topic. It's also good to start to read some research papers. Sometimes it could be some overwhelming, or it could be a little bit hard at the beginning, but whenever you're just like comfortable with, you can simply just like scan it, and then you can see what it looks like, what research papers in machine learning or AI look like. So this is in stage 3. The last stage is stage 4. This is optional. You may or may not just go to this stage, but this last stage is just like, okay, once you take new courses, once you had some projects or competitions or blogs and courses, you may also decide to go and take some university courses. For example, you may take your master's degree or bachelor's degree in data science from universities, or you may also go to boot camps. But most people that I see is that they simply start going or thinking about boot camps without having any idea. This is not, I wouldn't recommend to anybody just like taking that course, because if you don't know what you're going to take, or if you don't know what you expect from the programs, then you will not utilize your time, your money in applying or learning your courses, or in applying your in the specialization. That means, so this is very important. The other piece that you have to apply is also start the job application as early as possible. If you can also try to get some internships, even unpaid. You don't have to care about this, about the payment, because experience is very important. Taking a lot of courses without experience is nothing, without applying it. So companies need someone who can apply the knowledge to solve their problems. So this is very important. So while you are in stage 2, just start with any, just try to search for some jobs, and then if you are comfortable with, you can just simply apply that, and then you may gain some experience towards that. So these are the stages that you can go through and utilize them if they are helpful. So some tips for success. So the first tip that I can give is invest your time instead of your money, especially at the beginning. So this is very important, because there are a lot of free courses online, or courses with, for example, $10 or $50 that you can take the whole course. So that would give you some highlights or some insights on what you want to do as a next step. But if you just like take to a bootcamp at the beginning and pay 15K or 20K just for 2-3 months, you may not gain a good understanding. So make sure that you spend a lot of time online reading resources, taking some basic courses by yourself, so that you will have a good understanding. The other tip that I have is have study groups while taking online courses. This is what I've said in the previous slide. That would help you to be committed to your courses. Sign up for meetups to connect with and learn from like-minded people. This is also very important, to share your experiences, and also you can learn from people. Set up GitHub and LinkedIn accounts. This is also important, as I have explained in the previous slide. Do hands-on projects for every course, at least one project per course. Learning by doing. This is very important, because taking the courses, collecting your certificates is not important in the field. You have to apply. You have to do projects. You have to publish them. You have to just like document them well, and then you can push them to GitHub account so that they will be visible to anyone else. Document, as I've said, also document all our projects and push to GitHub. Update your LinkedIn profile regularly, especially when you hit some milestone. So this is also important, because once you have any expertise in some topics, then you just need to apply that. You need to update that so that people or recruiters will see what expertise you have. Have your online visibility via blogs or YouTube channels, so you can have blogs so that people will see, oh yeah, this is what you've done, so that's a good one, so they may reach you out if you're interested in jobs. Start your job application as early as possible. This is what I said. Don't be intimidated by the requirements or the years of experience that it requires, as long as you have some basic expertise or some expertise onto the requirements, then just go ahead and try to apply to the job. Try to get internship, as I have said, even if it is unpaid. This is very helpful in getting your next job. Have your courage to apply to any job if you are interested in. So this is also what I have said. This is very important. Just apply to it. You will gain at least an experience on what it looks like to apply for jobs. Don't be frustrated if you don't get a job early. So this is also very important, because at the beginning it could be very frustrating to not to get a job or not to get into an interview. For example, in my case, I took around 6 months to just get my first job. I was applying daily. That was very frustrating, but at the end of the day, I could be able to secure my job. So don't be frustrated by that. Try to get referrals from your professional networks. This is also important, because instead of just applying directly to the websites, then it would be helpful for you to get into your first interview if you have your professional networks refer you. Participate on online hackathons, for example, in Kaggle. This is also a good way of applying your knowledge. The other important one is have a mentor. This is very important, because this mentor, instead of just like trying different routes into the field, this person will guide you on what to do and how to do and all these things. So that's very helpful. So if you can, try to get a mentor. Don't rush into boot camps or university program. This is what I've said. Make sure you spend your time by yourself, read some articles, take some courses before you decide on where to go. Contribute to some open source AI projects if you can. That's also very helpful. There are a lot of projects in AI, open source AI projects. So that would give you some insights on the field. So these are some of the tips that I had. These were very helpful for me. Hopefully that would also help you in your journey. So if you also have some other additional tips, or if you have some comments, please add into the comment section, so that people will learn from your experience or expertise. So if you want to contact me, or if you want to get connected with me, this is my LinkedIn account. Feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll try to help you as soon as I can. So thank you for today. Hopefully I will see you next time. Thank you. Stay safe.